Welcome to Iron Clay. My name is Taz and this is another process video. I quite enjoyed sculpting the human skull with all that fabric and skin as if it was pushing out, and decided to make another sculpture in Super Sculpey with the same sort of theme, but decided to try a different type of skull. This time I just wanted to play around and just experiment. Came with this concept of having a spider alien kind of sculpture. Although spiders and arachnids do have exoskeletons obviously and don't have an inner skeleton, this is sort of an alien species that sort of resembles a little bit like a spider. In nature, having multiple eyes is actually quite a beneficial thing. Trying to imagine the evolution of this creature, I thought it would be quite cool to have two large eyes at the front, like some spiders, but also have the side eyes for peripheral view and to spot sort of prey on the side or danger from the side. When I was doing my bathroom, I ordered a whole bunch of tiles from the internet, from tile shops, and ever since then I've just kept them because I find them quite handy when sculpting small things with Super Sculpey, because A, they're very hard, they're small, easy to store, but also more importantly I can put them in the oven and bake the Super Sculpey without damaging the base. Now I normally sculpt with a polymer clay. I love polymer clay. I love the fact that you get them in different hardnesses. This one is the Super Sculpey original, the beige colour one. I do sculpt with the firm and the medium firmness, which you'll know that the difference because they're a dark grey. But for quick little, what I would call sketches or quick sort of experiments, I love the original, mainly because it's so soft and malleable and easy to get the forms quickly, whilst the firm Super Sculpey, you sort of have to actually spend a bit of time softening it up by rolling it in your hands and getting the warmth of your hand into the clay, and only then can you actually sort of build up the form and blend in with the existing clay that you have on there. I decided to have these sort of tusks. Obviously spiders have these large fangs, but with this alien creature I just wanted them as horns but looking like spider fangs. Because I wanted them as horns rather than fangs, I wanted to actually put some teeth, make it look a little bit more human. Because of the actual shape of it, because having a flat back, it's sort of almost like a relief sculpt. So molding it and casting it would be very, very easy to do, and that's actually why I ended up doing. I made a series of 3 of these skulls, and molding them in silicone and casting them in resin was actually a huge learning curve, and loved doing it. And because of that, a friend of mine was recommending we actually go and do a Comic-Con just round the corner. It's the London Anime and Gaming Con. I'm looking forward to it. It's a week from now, and I'm sort of getting all my sculpts and resins and casts ready. I haven't painted some of them I still need to actually sit down and paint, which actually I love doing. It was actually the main reason I got into sculpting, because of the tested video of Norm, Will and Frankie when they were painting their little models. That's actually what inspired me to start sculpting. So yeah, I love not only making the sculptures but actually painting them. Sort of seeing your sculpture come to life with colours and textures and glosses, and whether it's satin finish or whether it's a matte finish, really sort of breaking up those surfaces is great fun. Like all of my videos, these are the main tools I use. I don't use a huge amount. Most of the work I do is with ball-ended stylus, like the one I've got right now, and loop tools. You sort of add with the ball stylus and then remove with the loop tools, and with that I find that I can do more or less everything I need in the sculpture. Now obviously sometimes you want specific details, or you want to make little stencils of your own, and yeah, then of course customize it, but But the sort of main tool set that I just go back to time and time again are those two things: ball styluses and loop tools. Hopefully in a future video I'll sit down and go through all of the tools I've made and the tools I'd recommend you buying as well. Like most of my sculptures, I normally just sit and have fun, and only after playing with it, if I quite like it, then I actually do a little bit more homework and more finesse. I tend to just do quick sculpture sketches, and if I don't like them, I just scrunch them all up and start again. So a lot of past sculpts have gone back into these sculpts, and although I should always start off with a clear design, I just love the freestyling of it, or just sitting down and having a bit of fun. If I do have an idea in mind and I want to actually get something down that I've already pre-visualized and it's already in my head, I love getting references and building up a reference collage and getting all the photo reference to actually build up this new concept. I usually use Photoshop, but I've started to use more and more this software called Pure Ref. It's a tiny little program, but it allows you to have your references all on this big board that you can zoom in, rotate, hide, and it gives you a lot of flexibility, especially if you're actually drawing also in Photoshop and not sculpting, because then you can actually have them side by side. But that's what I love. I was recently at the Stan Winston School website. They have this amazing forum portal next to all of the videos and courses that they actually do, and I just love to go there and be inspired and see what other people are working on, and seeing the creativity that seems to be abundant online. And I noticed that actually on the forum they run contests, and so I looked at past ones from 2015, 2017, and they've got one right now for, I think it was a special effects makeup. And I thought to myself, if they ever run another contest, I'm definitely going to enter. It's not that I think I have a chance of winning. The talent that actually work on these sculptures and creature concepts in those contests are just, they're professionals. But I think it would be such a driving force. So many artists work differently. I am the type of person who loves to have deadlines and targets and things to look forward to and things to work to. I find that's when I'm the most productive and, in essence, having fun, because I know there is something at the end of it, and it's not monetary or there's no reward for it other than the fact of actually making or doing something for that contest or that competition. So definitely anybody who's lacking motivation, which we all suffer from, I do, I would recommend trying to enter competitions, not with the idea of winning, but just the participation, the taking part, the enjoyment of the process, the enjoyment of entering and joining a community, working together to produce a range of work. And I always find it amazing, even when the criteria of contests are very stringent, people's entries end up being so varied and so different. It's quite impressive and quite enjoyable. And here I'm using the toothpick. So many times I actually resort back to the toothpick because it just gives you the complete control of minute details, and it's free. And that's what I love about a lot of this sculpture, is just sitting down and having some fun. Again, like before, I love using alcohol, a strong alcohol, 90% proof alcohol, to smooth out all the imperfections. So once I finish or getting close to finishing a sculpture, I always give a coat of alcohol to smooth out all those imperfections and make it look ultra slick. And there you go, that's the finished sculpture after it's been baked. Sadly, the side was a little bit thin, and for some reason or another decided to crack on me, but it's a very minor crack, and with a little bit of filler you no longer notice it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you next time. Bye.